Hola amigos, welcome to Life for Living Well channel. Please subscribe to keep the channel going. You can also check us out by visiting our website on www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Sit down and enjoy the helpful topic for this week. Hey, welcome back to another episode this week from Life for Living Well. Once again, my name is Richard, and before I dive into the topic I have for you this week, I quickly want to say if you'd like to know much about Life for Living Well, you can check us out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Again, you can send me an email directly at richardanthony@lifeforlivingwell.com, or you can send it to info@lifeforlivingwell.com. Once again, my name is Richard, and I hope you all well this week again. Let's get started. The topic looking into this week, I call it possibility thinking. Not just ordinary thinking possible, and making your thinking become real and putting your thinking into test and see whether it can hold the water or it worth your effort. If it's not, be more courageous enough to let it go. So let's get started. If there's only one habit and skills you could practice is possibility thinking. Why do I say that? Why it's important to embrace this habit into our life? You will find out by the time we finish this podcast. So I'm going to limit this podcast to around just 10 to 15 minutes. So be patient and be patient with me. Okay. Personally, I've met and I've spoken with a few people in the past few years. What is certain is the stronghold their limited beliefs had on them. Even it might not be obvious to them, but when they actually speak to you and you can see how they think and why their thinking is actually not helping them but limited them in their own behavior and expectation of things. Such as I once spoke to someone 2 years ago. He was in the crossroad of work. He has high expectation on himself based on his experience and qualifications, and he's seen many younger people come and go and that person. And he put everything together and he was really unhappy with his life. So he said to himself, he may die at 50. So I asked him, why do you think he may die at 50? He said, because his dad passed away the same age. So to him, that's the age his family will pass away. It was really shocking for me for listening to someone with the high level of intelligence that they possess because of their IQ, are not able to grab life in another area. It's really very touching to say this. So I dig him more to wanted to know what kind of person is that, because obviously the way he talked about him in a glorified way, and he seemed to put the man in a place where God might not be able to do it himself. So I said, okay, tell me about your dad. And obviously the man have some kind of lifestyle that we consider today toxic, because he not helping his health, is actually making his health more poor. Except drinking and cigarette and smoking. And he repeat the same pattern. So in his mind, he decided that, okay, that's how it's end for his pap. It's going to end the same way for him. But he do have a free will to change if he wanted to. Or I've met people that said to me that they are not good in relationships, that they keep attracting the same people regardless of their color of their skins. I've met people that talk about the tension that they have in their sibling relationships, or people that have unstable romantic connections. What all these things have in common is a woman's story. It's a story of human beings, not the animals. But the human beings, when you're dealing with other people, is complex. And not all the time two people will come together and they will work together. But using the power of possibility thinking, we make you making the right decisions, best choices, often than the others. The fact that you think like you can fly with the bird is not what I'm talking here. What I'm talking here is to say that where you are right now does not mean that where you're supposed to be for the rest of your life. But possibility thinking is to find a way when there is no way, is to turn your obstacle to opportunity to grow. This is possibility thinking. Imagine that everybody look into the sky. Imagine how they will get there. Some people stop thinking how they will get there. They're now thinking why they cannot get there. And they're also thinking why they should get there. So what do? They put everything they have, the knowledge, the resources together, and they continue to do it. It's not the first time they launch a rocket that they arrive to the space. We only see the success side of it when it pop up on national TV and just announce a new breakthrough. But they don't tell you series of failure, challenging, setbacks that they have to face. And they have to reorganize their goals, reorganize their resources, prioritize their times and energy. So this is the power of possibility thinking. This is so different in dreaming. It is so real these days that a lot of people have an idea of what kind of things they want without looking into it in a realistic way. They just stay in dreaming that, okay, this is what I want to happen to me, but they make no step to it. Or they don't actually realize that is these things actually good for me, or is these things what I truly need or want, or am I right to have this thing? But they just want it and they have to have it. and that is dreaming. But possibility thinking is go beyond that. Possibility thinking is envision how you want to, what kind of life you want to create for yourself in the next 5 years. If it's going to take you 5 years to get out of the debt, why do you want to do it in a month? You are setting yourself for disappointment. I was talking to one of the clients few months ago, telling me that she's using the power of law of attraction. And I said, how does that work? And then he took me through. And I said, that's not attraction, because you already know the guy you want to date, and you already envision your energy to that person. What happens if that person also have a power law of attraction and envision to something else? So why can't you just expand your energy to all corners of the world, not just a particular person? When you become a particular person, that is obsession. That is no longer a power law of attraction, because you cannot force your will upon another person's will. You cannot force your own desire upon another person's desire. So, and this is why possibility thinking is totally different. In fact, possibility thinking, quite right to say, is both spiritual and both science at the same time. You imagine things, and then you visualize it, and then you thinking possible way of making that happen. Some of them might just involve logic, some of them might involve logic and intuition, some of them might involve putting your hand into it, or bringing people that have the skills and talent that you don't have, but you know how to make people work together. Or able to sell your dreams and your vision so people can walk in line together and create something bigger than yourself. So this is what possibility thinking will do for you. So what is obvious as an outsider? Listen to all these people that I've said that I spoke to in the last few years, and some of them I wasn't directly a coach for them. What is so obvious for me as an outsider, and I had the opportunity to work with them, is they have developed unethical behaviors. They have not yet realized how their limited beliefs and wrong priorities have set them off what they truly want to make happen in their life. Possibility thinking is not when you isolate yourself from friends and family and you spend 3 days just thinking about how to do things. Actually, it could be just a brainstorm with yourself or with someone else that have same passion for the same goals. So many times in my journey, start a project and somebody will pull out, and then you ask yourself, and they say, "Oh, are you still doing that?" I say, "Oh yes," because it was my call, it was my passion, it was something that is no longer a joy, it's not a job for me. It's something that I look forward. Wake up in the morning, I'm grateful that I'm alive to do it. So the question I ask is, how did the possibility thinking could help to fix the human flaw that could be detrimental to our various interests? How can we use possibility thinking to tap into our strength and to manage our weakness? Because the weakness, we cannot get rid of it. It's part of what makes us who we are. We have day, we have night. All of them are equal in proportion. All of them serve something. Imagine there is no night. Most people will not even try to relax and sleep. They will just fall asleep when they are walking or when they are eating, because they forgot that they've been awake for 24 hours. So don't let us focus on our weakness. Let's focus on our strength, and let's work more on our strength. Perhaps it will help us to elevate our flaw, our weakness. But the quickest tools that can help you to manage all these things much better, in what I've observed in the people that use possibility thinking in their relationship, in their finances, in their professional career, in their interpersonal relationships, they use possibility thinking. I knew someone that told his ex-wife after their marriage broke down. They were very good friends, and she was just amazed how he's able to accept the end of their marriage. And for her, she struggled to accept that the marriage is over. So they went through the process, and because they were friends, so they can still talk to each other. In the beginning of it, she was really cross with him, thinking like he wasn't taking it serious, because every time they talked, the man will say, "Oh, it was a school for me, and it was an opportunity to work on myself. It was an opportunity to grow my mental, emotional, psychological, and spiritual part of his life experience." But she won't settle for that. She was cross with him, but after many years, they remained friends. She now realized that what actually he was saying is to take the ownership of what happened to you in your experience. By that, you can make a peace with it. By that, you have the opportunity to start again. And the thing that took him 1 month, by accepting the reality, it took her 6 years or more before she finally accepted and she made a peace with it. Both of them are happy in their respective life now. But what I'm saying to you, so when I now talk to the man, how did you manage to cope with this? He said, when he looked back, it was a massive opportunity. He said he was full of regret, resentment, anger. But when he now spent few months with himself and see the help of the therapy and counseling, something just popped in his head. And he begins to see what area he can work on himself to improve what kind of husband he used to be, in order to not be in that situation again. And he said he find joy of discovering things that was there, but he didn't know. He didn't know that he also have a behavior that are causing more problem in their relationship. So what I'm trying to say is, using the power of possibility thinking can surprise us, can make a way where there's no way. First, you cannot create a thing without first believing you can. Nothing great will not be created or manifested without taking action. So a lot of action will be required. So if you want to turn your life around, it's not just dreaming, it's possibility thinking. With the possibility thinking, there's also a lot of actions, energy that behind it. A lot of people are falling into the habit of making themselves a victim or dreaming about things a lot, get lost in their dream. It's just a way of escaping the reality. The reality is not always pleasant, sometimes it's ugly, but the joy is to embrace it. And embracing it empower you to say to yourself that tough time, like one person said, I can't remember the person that attributed that word to, that the tough time don't last, but tough people do. And if we are here today, listen to this message. Just say that you are a very tough person. Choosing the possibility thinking is the fuel to your energy, while the energy is the action that you will take. So to bring it to the end, what you will notice is persistence and perseverance to see it through. How do you practice possibility thinking? That is the question that I throw to you. Well, it's simple. Through the imagination and visualizations. I challenge you to embrace this quality trait into your habits, and you will see changes in your own endeavor. So I'm going to bring this podcast to the end this week. So whatever you do, have an amazing week. Please stay safe. Thank you. From everyone here, from Life for Living Well, we say hasta luego, amigos. Thank you for your time this week. May your rest of the week be safe and loving. Please subscribe to our channel to keep it going. And you can find more information on our website by visiting www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Goodbye.